Hello and welcome to the first episode of my Let's Build series, something I've wanted to do for quite a while now but I've never got around to starting it until now. So this is Let's Build a Castle episode 0. Now I wanted to build everything from scratch, including the terrain, so I loaded up a super flat world and installed Voxel Sniper and World Edit. To start with, I boxed out an outline of the rough size I wanted the castle to be, and from there started to place these spheres are going to be the building blocks of the platform the fortress will stand on. I brought it up to a height of about 30 metres and then filled the whole thing with stone so it's just one solid object. Now at the moment it doesn't look very realistic having these large spheres dotted around everywhere, so using a combination of the fill and melt tool from Voxel Sniper I moulded the land into something that looks a lot more realistic, and then finally replacing the top two layers with dirt and grass to give it a final look before building on. My idea is to have the castle perched upon a cliff face overlooking a vast sea, with the surrounding town separated by only a narrow gorge. What I'm building now with the same technique is going to be one of the main coastlines running down the eastern side of the city, using the fill and melt tool in Voxel Sniper and then finally going over it with 2 layers of dirt. We come over now to the north side of the city, where again I'm just extending the coastline around. On this side I plan on having a harbour built into a small alcove in the cliff, with an access running down from the city itself. And as you can see again, I'm just bringing out the terrain, pushing it in towards the bottom, and then smoothing it all out with a top layer of soil. Now to make it into a coastline I need to add the water. So to do this, I use the sphere tool with Voxel Sniper again, but this time set it to air, so it deletes the blocks. Once I've got a large enough area carved out, I then go around with the melt tool and push the land back even more to make room for the sea. I also used it to push the land back into the cliff face so it merges together. Whilst I was doing this, I realised the cliff wasn't as steep as I would have liked, so I went back over it with the fill tool and pulled out the top of the land to make it more sheer. But I also had to remove the grass and change it from 2 layers to just the 1 layer so you can see more stone. This way I feel it makes it look more realistic, as there would be less likely for grass to form on a steep surface. I also had the idea to add these rocks in the sea, because it looked a little plain as it was if it was just water. So not only it makes it look more interesting, it also makes it look more defendable against any attacking ships. I then came back down to the eastern side again and then doing the same. I wanted to make the cliff face more sheer, so again pulling up the top and replacing the top layer of grass with just the 1, and then pushing back the water line so it's flush up against the cliff face itself. And adding more rocks into the water as the same principle as before, adding more depth into the world. So there you have it, the terrain is now mainly done. There's still the small details missing, like plant life, but it is ready to start constructing our castle on. This was a very short episode, but unfortunately there wasn't much to cover in the building of the terrain because it's a lot of the same thing repeated. But in the next episode there should be a lot more substance and it'll be a lot more interesting to watch because we start the construction of our castle, starting with the layout first and then taking it from there. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe for more, and I shall see you next time.